Hey, I'm Andres, a Microsoft Power Platform consultant. Welcome to my channel. Here, I try to give you valuable content about use cases that can be useful for your business, technical help for some advanced cases that I have encountered during my professional career, and tips on digital transformation using Microsoft technologies. Thank you very much for being here, and I hope you really like this video. Please like and subscribe to help me create more valuable content. Let's see how to solve the synchronization problem that can happen when you secure a Power Platform environment with an Azure Entra ID security group. That is, when you want your users with their first login to already have their security role assigned before they first enter your application. Otherwise, you will encounter this error message. Below in the description box, you will see the links to two articles I have written about this topic. The first one shows you how to synchronize in bulk and via PowerShell all the users in the security group just before I go live. The second one explains what I'm going to show you in this video, which is basically the next logical step: synchronize every new user with our environment automatically. Let's do it. When you use a security group to secure a Power Platform environment, users sync from Azure Active Directory, Azure Entra ID, into the environment when they first log into your environment. This can be problematic because not until the user is available in the system user table, you cannot assign them a security group. This is usually solved via the best practice of assigning roles via Dataverse teams. You create Dataverse teams that are linked to Azure Active Directory groups, Azure Entra ID groups, so that when the user logs into the environment, they will get assigned to the team automatically and use the role assigned to that team, the team role, right? So what's the problem? Imagine that you distribute a link to your users towards the go live. Users will click the link and then they will get this error message. If they refresh the browser, they will be synced automatically and the error message will disappear. Okay, so unless you manage to communicate this behavior very well and your users actually do that, you will face tons of tickets the day of your go live, and that is not a good start. So to avoid this, what we need to do is sync in advance the users from Azure into our environment. You can check my article in the description box to see how to do that in bulk using PowerShell. But now we are in a different scenario where after the go live, you have joiners into the application, new users. So you will need to sync those new users before they enter into the application. And for that, we need to react to the event of a new member to the Azure security group is added. So if you want to see how this can be done, I have prepared two approaches for you. Keep watching the video to check them out. Generally, we can program a logic to react when something happens in a system, or we can ask the system every X amount of time if a change has happened. It's event-driven versus polling. The best approach, of course, is the one that serves your business needs the best. And here my friend Sumit and I came with one solution for each approach, using Azure Graph, Microsoft Graph Webhooks or Microsoft Graph Delta queries. I have configured this security group for the environment that you see on the screen. Under Azure Entra ID, we can see the test user that we are going to use for the demo. Now, let's add it to the security group. If we go into the environment's users panel though, we see that the new user does not appear no matter how much we hit refresh. Nor can we see the user in the system user table. So let's wait for the webhook program in Azure Functions to be triggered. The first thing you see in the console is the information that Graph sent us. The second is a response to invoking the Power Automate flow. Now in Power Automate, we see that the execution has been successful. For the demo's sake, the flow only needs the for synchronization action, this one that you see in the screen. Now in the environment, we can refresh and see the user, who now is fully synchronized from Azure. I'm using Graph Explorer to show you how the Delta query logic works. The URL needs to be built in this way. More details in my blog. Graph will give us a response with this OData next link, which is used to paginate the response. along with the latest changes in the group. We hit the next link to go to the next page of the Delta query. And in the new response, we see that there is no next link. Instead, we now have this OData Delta link. This URL is pointing to the current state of the security group in Azure. We need to save this URL to query from this point when we want to check for new changes. You could do this in Dataverse, for example. Any persistent medium that is accessible via Flow, for example, is a good option. Okay, now I'm going to delete the user. Now, I use the URL from before to ask about the current status of the security group. And we see that the user has been removed from the group. We copy the new URL so that we can query from this status next time. And in Azure, I refresh and I'm going to add the new user again. Now we use the last URL that we saved. And we see that the new user appears. Here we go. These two approaches are great for a single production environment scenario. But what happens when we want to create a more scalable solution that works for enterprises with several production environments? Well, my friend Sumit and I discussed possible solutions for that, and we concluded that having an Azure Event Hub receiving all the webhook notifications would be a great fit, and from there we would distribute as a broker the different changes to each environment. Thank you for making it to the end. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to post any feedback, comments, or ideas for new content you would like to see here in the comment section below. Thanks again, and take care.